Hi everyone, it's Doreen, My Bedazzled Treasures, and I have another tutorial for you today. This one is using fabric and vintage trims and jewelry and also some recollection flowers. And what you see here, the fabric that I'm using is this right here, and it's a beautiful lavender, and it's got like a lavender and some brown and some hint of blue in there too. It's kind of a lavender blue color. Really, really pretty. And I wanted to show you how I made my flower. This is the flower that I made using a vintage button in the middle, a layer of lace, and this one right here is what I just showed you, the fabric. And on the back side I put a nice little circle on the back. I like to use my circle punch for that, and I like to use a nice piece of heavy cardstock on the back because you know, this fabric is kind of flimsy, so if it wants to be attached to something you could take it off if you don't like the circle. But this is how I make mine. Sometimes I cut the circle down, but this one is pretty good size, so I left it on there the way it was. So I'm going to show you how I learned how to do this. I've been watching YouTube for about 6 months now, and there's a lot of wonderful ladies on YouTube that I've learned from, and one of them is Papercraft Doll, and she's not doing a lot of videos right now, but she did do a tutorial on lace flowers, and this is where I got the idea from. So I wanted to show you how I made it, but first I want to show you where the inspiration came from. Okay, so what I have here, this is different pieces, so let me get this out. Hopefully y'all can see this. This is a beautiful negligee, I should say, and it had, look at the trim on there. There's that trim I just showed you. See it? And this is a pretty good size, and of course I am not going to wear that because it's beautiful, but I think of everything as a flower or some idea for scrapbooking, so I went ahead and I got this at my local Goodwill. And if you notice here, ladies, be looking at your clothing in a different way, because you have a lot of possibilities with just this one negligee, what you can do with this right here, this trim. And then you have all this script writing, and you know, we go through a lot of trouble just to put script writing on our projects, and this is all done for me. So that's what it looks like. And I went ahead and I just, you know, took some pieces apart just to show you how much you get. Now this was around the bottom, around the outside, on the outside of the front, and I cut this out. Now what you want to try to do is keep it intact if you can. So this has all the gatherings already in it. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm talking about here. See the lines there? So that was all cut out with my scissors. I just cut it out. And when you're doing your flowers, it makes it a lot easier for it to go in a circle if it's already cut out, but it's not necessary. You don't have to have it that way. So you're going to go ahead and use your glue gun, and I have my strip here. Now this is the tricky part. You know, the glue always gets on your hands, so this is the one thing you have to be careful of. So if you don't want to use hot glue, you can probably use your fabric tack glue, but for demonstration purposes I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my glue gun and I'm putting a little bead right here on the end, and you want to give it a second. You don't want to go ahead and stick your hand in there right away. So it'll be cooling for a little bit, and then you just go ahead and you tack it over like that. So you're making little pleats out of your fabric. So just like that. So you see how that's pleating right there? So you're going to continue to do that. And this fabric is really thin, so I'm doing it like every little, I don't know, ½ inch or so. And once again, here I go. I'm going to stick my finger in this glue. So you kind of press it, and it makes like a little, see how it's forming right there? I hope I'm showing that in the camera. See the way it's circling there? So you're just going to continue to do that all the way around. A little dab of glue will go a long way. And you fight with the little glue sticks, but that's the glue strings. Okay, so you're going to continue to do that. So I'm going to do that really quickly here, and I'll show you what I have in a minute here. Glue works really good because it holds it in, and it keeps it tight, and it gives it a nice bond. So the hot glue will form it into your flower really easier than if you were to try to do it with the fabric tack. So I love my glue gun, and I'm using the Aleene's glue gun, and I treat it like it's a mess. It's full of glue. But I like to use that one because it has, you know, good staying power. So I'm almost done here, and I'm just going to show you how I'm finishing up the edge here. See if I can get in camera here. Okay, so I'm finishing up the edge here, and I'm just going to add my last bit of glue. So I'm forming my circle here. And I want to make this one a little bit smaller. So you get something like this when you're done. That's what you get. And you can trim the edges, or you can leave it shabby like that, you know. But if you notice here, the edges are already on here, so you don't have to do anything to it. And then another trick I usually do, I'm going to go ahead and add a center to this. So what I do is I use my my different laces, and what did I do with my... Okay, well, I'll use this one. I had a piece of lavender lace that I cut. This is off of the same outfit. So, hold on one second. I'm going to use my other one because I like this better. Okay. So this is the one I'm going to go ahead and try with. This one right here. And it has a curve to it already, so this will be really, really easy to put together. So I'm going to go ahead and, once again, I'm going to add my glue and do the same technique all the way around. Just kind of smush it together. And then you're going to form that little thing right there. So the glue is kind of making it stick together, and it's forming that circle. So you just go ahead and do that again, and I'm making these fairly, I'm kind of trying to go within the square, oops, right there, see the glue, and then I'm just smashing it together. And that's what it looks like there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish it up because I don't like fighting with the glue gun here on camera. So I'm just going to squish this up a little bit and make it into a circle. This is only my second tutorial, so I'm still learning how to teach you all how to do this on TV or on camera here. But I'm happy to do it. So, alright, so let me, this is what I have now. I have like a little circle with some glue. Let me get my scissors. Okay, so I'm using these cutter bee scissors. Love these things. I got them at Target. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut my circle. You don't have to be too precise on how you cut your circle, because you can, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more glue right here to give it some staying power in the middle of my flower. And then I'm just going to take my hot glue, put it there in the middle, and I'm going to take my puffy thing, my little flower puff in the middle, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll the flower down. Now I like to make my flowers have dimension. That's one of the things, if you've seen some of my videos, I've showed my flowers. And this is, you know, how you give it dimension, is by just adding your glue and puffing it and making it all nice and crunchy. I call it crunchy. And then you just add your glue. You can add more lace to it. You can add more color. If you want to add a little bit more blue in there, you could do that. But I'm going to leave it just the way it is. So this is what I have right here. That's what my flower looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my, you guys, I hope I was on camera this whole time showing you, and I think I wasn't. But anyway, let's see how this comes out. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my glue to the middle. And then you're going to get like this little, I call it a lollipop style flower, but, so that's what it looks like when you're done. And then I add my, my circle. I love that paper. That's that my mind's eye paper. My goodness, I couldn't say that word. Okay, so now I'm just adding the circle to it. And I'm also doing it on, so you're going to have some glue left over, and you just clean off your glues and stuff. And you can play around with, you know, moving it to get where you want the flower, and that's what it looks like on the back. It has a nice finish off on the back. And, you know, you can, like I said, add different colors to it, but I used a Recollections gray purple flower. It's kind of a purpley gray color. I used that in the middle. So that's what that one came out to look like. And it's just a little bit smaller than the other one I did. So there's that one. And again, I'm using this as my inspiration for my, I'm on a littlescrapofheaven.ning.com, and I'm going to be doing a bottle swap. So I'm just giving you guys some ideas. If you're on that site and you're in the bottle swap, this will give you something to work with, that you can come up with some ideas for your flowers, because you want to create something that you can pass on to the people in your bottle swap, and you want to have something handmade that's made by you. So I just wanted to show you also, I don't know if you can see my bird back there, but I just love that little purple bird, so I had to show you in my angel picture over there. Let's see if I can show you there. That beautiful angel with the little kids in it. Love it. So thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned because I have some more videos to share with you, okay? Bye everyone.